Elias stood at the edge of the village square, a silhouette of cold fury against the fading light. His knuckles were white, gripping a heavy iron rod with a strength born of desperation. For 3 long nights he had watched the moon rise while sharpening a blade in the shadows, waiting for the man who had turned his life's work into ash. The smell of smoke still seemed to cling to his clothes, a bitter reminder of the barn that once held his future, now nothing but charred wood and broken dreams. When Silas, the village elder, stepped into the square, Elias blocked his path like a wall of stone. "He took everything from me," Elias spat, his voice cracking like dry timber. He pointed toward the blackened ruins in the distance. "I am going to the valley tonight to settle the debt with fire." Silas did not flinch. Elias felt the judgment of the silent houses around them. "If I do nothing, the village will call me a coward," he thought. His voice trembled as he declared his intent to destroy what remained of his peace. Silas reached into his robe and pulled out 2 empty clay jars, setting them on a flat stone with deliberate care. "If you throw mud at your enemy, you lose your footing first," the old man said calmly. He smeared a handful of dark earth across his own palm, showing Elias the stain. Then, without warning, Silas raised the second jar and shattered it against the stone. Shards flew, and a sharp edge cut deep into the elder's thumb. A thin line of red blood began to bloom. Silas did not wince. He looked Elias in the eye and asked, "Does the broken jar care about the stone? It only cuts the hand that holds it." The metaphor hung in the air, sharper than the iron rod Elias gripped. The pain of the cut was visible, yet Silas remained still, forcing Elias to look at the self-inflicted wound of his own hatred. Elias looked at his calloused hands, then at the weapon of his vengeance. The weight of the iron felt unbearable now. He let go. The rod clattered against the cobblestones, the sound echoing through the quiet street like a dying bell. Silas handed him a clean cloth to wrap his shaking hands. "The fire in your barn is cold now," Silas whispered, "but the fire in your head will burn you until nothing is left." He watched the shadows stretch across the fields he once owned. He walked away from the valley, leaving the iron in the dirt. For the first time in weeks, his hands finally stopped shaking.